kind of what happened in the last stream. Is this like that one game where you're a guy in a kettle and you have to make your way to the top? It is exactly like that. It is very much in the same vein. It is... I believe Jump King might have actually come out first before... I believe that's called Getting Over It, if I'm not mistaken. But as you can see, there's a lot of very tricky, specific jumps we need to land. And eventually this right side of the map where you can see it's a tall, thin shaft. Sorry, I was late on that one. I need to make a jump out over that open space and land on something that is effectively the same size as one of these parts of the chandeliers. You need to land on a space that small. And not fall off into the ether. And this is also another jump where if you jump too high, you just go flying out of the map and you fall way the hell back down and are like 1 or 2 jumps away from being overly punished. Basically, if you fail a really important jump, you'll fall a very long ways, but you'll usually have a chance to get back up to where you were relatively quickly. The problem is if you fail after you take a big fall, you fail the next jump, then you fall way further down. And then if you fail the next jump, you fall way further down. So it's like if you mess up 2 to 3 jumps in a row, you just get absolutely fucked. Also, chat, what we could do is jump to the right and then try going hard to the left and see if that works. Because this might be a safer jump. Well. If we get there. At least this game doesn't taunt you as you're playing like Getting Over It does. That is true. I mean, we do have like the what did we say? It was dropkick the... Was it dropkick the gnome was what we started saying in chat last stream? So basically, if I take a big fall, I'll land... There's a slight chance I will land on that blue ledge, I guess right below where my webcam is. That I fall on this little blue ledge right under the timer. But also where the timer is, that is angled in a way that it can spit me down further into that kind of hallway and just fall even further down. So the part I'm at right now is very safe because it's very hard to fall off into that void. As I go up higher, that will not always be the case. And especially, I feel like I need a little time to get like warmed up and used to the controls again and knowing the pressure of how hard to press the spacebar. Because I will say, if you play this for like a 3-hour sitting, you definitely feel much better about the controls than you do just jumping on. But it also feels a little disingenuous to me to like warm up or do anything crazy. Can I do like this? Okay, so that actually might be an option. That might be an option that's safer. Rather than the jump I had to do beforehand, which was way more dangerous. Wait, that's way safer. That's way safer. Hold on. We're cooking. We're cooking. Previously, I was trying to make the jump up to the platform at that height. Okay. How many screens are there in this game, or how far are you? I don't know the answer to either. I don't know the answer to either of those questions. I've actually intentionally avoided watching a ton of gameplay for this game. I mean, I've seen people stream it and stuff, but I've never paid that much attention. So I've intentionally avoided kind of knowing how much more I have to go. I want it to be a surprise when we get to the smoking hot babe at the top. Okay, but I feel way better about this jump now. So I can just go here, then here, then there, and then... You can see, like, I didn't think there was much difference in the power between those two. And one of them I go way under, the other one I overshoot it, and I'm all the way back down here, you know? So, goes to show you, but I feel like it's a good explanation to those of you that have not been watching along as closely with the journey, which obviously no issues there, but good way to kind of get up to speed with what's going on. That babe is going to be a troll slash joke 100%. Only know if we try. We'll only know if we try. But I already feel, I mean, again, even if we get up where I've been working on that new jump, we still have to do probably the hardest jump that we've done in the game yet, which is crazy considering the whole, you know, ice world we went through where you slip on everything. That was also a game mechanic we had to deal with, where there was an icy section where you'd slip once you landed. So you had to like control your momentum on landing as well, which the icy world is right below this. Hence why I'm trying really hard not to get sent back there, because it fucking sucked and was miserable. As you can see right below us. So I'm trying really hard not to get sent back there. Really, really hard. Which again, we are going to have to make a couple of really dangerous jumps that have that potential. I said this last time, but I think it's gonna be like a baby pig or something. Also, Pax asking if anyone's ever played Kirby's Dream Land. I haven't, but I was asking about Kirby games in the chat, like, I think maybe yesterday or 2 days ago. Because I've been wanting to pick up Kirby again. I just haven't played Kirby in forever. I haven't played a new Kirby game in forever, I should say. If you have Switch Online, play Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, trust. But it's an overshot, damn. Again, there's like, there's no power bar, there's no power gauge. It's literally all by feel. So any jump that is not a tap or 100% is just completely by feel. Amazing Mirror is on Switch on Nintendo Online for the Game Boy emulator. I think if we go here, okay, we go far right. So chat, you will see to our right the hardest jump we've had to do yet, in my opinion. My hands are already sweating thinking about it. This guy does look very much like Meta Knight. This guy does look very much like Meta Knight. It's got Meta Knight vibes. We also have our friend the Crow, but I'm afraid even if we get to that next platform, if you think about it, chat, we're gonna have to go up to the right, then to the left, then up to the right. Meaning I will have to nail essentially this jump twice in a row, back to back. And if I fall, there's a chance I either end up at the very top or the very bottom of the ice world. And as much as I want to save, that feels like it's not in the spirit of the game. Again, here it is in my best interest to undershoot rather than overshoot. And I think once I land, I have to go hands off keyboard, because the last time I did this, I actually landed the jump and then walked off the edge. Okay. That's what I meant about being knocked back to the ice world. We're all the way back at the beginning. All right, chat. Drop kick the gnome. Get your hashtag drop kick the gnomes in chat. James always said, give it 110%. But then I have to stick these 2 jumps, which if I miss the jump of the cage that the gnome is on, we go even further back. Like, really, really far back, in fact. And because I'm kind of out of practice, those jumps are going to be a lot worse than they used to be. By the end of last stream, I had those kind of down. But you can see I'm just sliding off the cage now. And I have to get back. I have to get used to that like whole slide off mechanic to get through this entire ice stage again. Rather undershoot than overshoot these jumps, though. Undershooting's minimally punished. What's the world record for this? The whole game, 4 minutes, I was told. I have yet to look it up, but I was told in the chat room by somebody who seemed relatively knowledgeable, 4 minutes. Which I assume just means you stick every jump first try, and that's that. But also, I took like a different path. So one of the few videos I did watch, they went a different way than I did. So I think I went like a side route, but the nice part about this side route is even if I fall down below where I am, I cannot in any way get sent back all the way to the beginning of the game. Whereas I think if I went the other route, I still could get sent back to the very beginning of the game if I wasn't careful. But this is what I'm talking about, where it's like, okay, I failed 1 jump. I failed the 2nd jump. And now if I fail this 3rd jump, I'm going to be like miles from where I just was. But again, I'm trying to really undershoot this because there's such a marginal gap between landing and overshooting it and ending up back at the beginning. Could you move the gameplay a bit to the left so your face cam doesn't cover it? Yes. Give me 1 second. Just because I have to change where this is. Let me just do this real quick. I'm just going to make a new scene in OBS. Jump King. Just gonna have this off center. And then I'll go reaction, and this will go back to that. Okay. Oops. There we go. Okay. Good shout. So I missed that, and then I fall all the way back down here. And then if I miss that, I fall all the way back down here. And you can kind of just see how quickly things unravel here. Miss that, I go all the way. So chat, this is the very beginning of this section of the game. So I have gone from presumably a good chunk to most of the way through it to I'm now at the very beginning of the lowest point I could possibly fall to. How are you not crazy demotivated? I've worked very hard to make getting angry at video games something I don't do very often, for better or for worse. And 2, I just really want to beat the game. Like, I know the sense of accomplishment of beating this is going to be, for me, I feel like personally very rewarding. I feel like just not giving up on something that's really tough, even if it is just a 2D platformer jumping game. Resilience. Something I think a lot about. Which is crazy because there's other shit that gets like a little bit tough and I just completely fucking fold. But for some reason, this is where I decide to make my stand. Also, if I was playing this offline, I would totally like either reset or just, yeah, have like a save checkpoint. But I feel like sharing with this chat, having it recorded, like there's no getting around it. Crazy that I clip on that corner, but The orbs, that orb does nothing. It's literally just a part where you can walk, versus the snow, which is a whole nother mechanic. There's actually a lot of gimmicks in this section of the map. The snow, normally you can walk back and forth, kind of adjusting where you are on platforms. You can see that in the ice level. You can't do that here. The snow, once you land somewhere, you just have to jump from that point. But yeah, the orb is literally just a place where you can like... You can just walk back and forth before you jump. Actually, I need to do this, that, those. Still come up short though. And especially with the snow, because everything's on like a rounded ledge, you really can't see where the corners are. And because you can't move before you jump, I said this a lot in the last stream, but you have to sometimes just sacrifice a jump and know you're going to get set back because you literally just landed in a bad spot. Like this jump, I very specifically need to be on the front corner, then the back side, because of where it positions me for my next jump. Again, this is one of those things where now it's like I could spend 2 hours of stream just trying to get back to the place where I started stream. And that in a way is frustrating, I think, for the sake of progress. I think for the overall narrative, to come back stronger. This game is evil. It's very much in that category of games made to test your patience and test your will. But will this be a video? Potentially. I haven't really decided. I think when I first played it, I was like, for sure. Now I'm kind of questioning it a little bit. So all that was to get back up to a place where we've been a million times before. This is where I started the last stream that I did. And again, if at any point I kind of fail in this like little icy section that I'm at, I just get sent back to the fucking gnome. But hopefully it shows a little bit here. You can see that I have some experience with getting through this section, and then boom, I fall back. I was cracking up at the goat video last night before bed. That was a fun one to put together. That one, first of all, brought me back to like 2013 when I saw that shit on YouTube for Taylor Swift. And two, just fun to edit. I had to let that one out real quick. I had to. It's also very funny because it sounds like what I imagine. Like if you tried to scream and then stop a scream from coming out of your mouth. I'm still dead at finishing in every position. Again, chat, y'all cooked in the comments of that video. Have you ever tried this one? That fucking had me dying. Just because when that tour was going on, every day I'd wake up on Twitter to like a bunch of moms being really mad that she did that. And I thought it was really funny. But here we are. God forbid a 25-year-old woman act 25. It's always the classic, like, she has fans that are children. It's like, I feel like if you listen to any of her music, like, that's not... I wouldn't listen to those lyrics and be like, yeah, this is something my kid should be, like, singing along to. Yeah. I feel like it's parents who like their kids heard Espresso on the radio and then they're like, oh, nice, like some good pop music, cool, I'll bring my kid. I do think Taylor is in a lot of respects more tame, at least like Taylor's more poetic about the like explicit and sexual themes, whereas like, you know, there's a lyric where Sabrina Carpenter's like, "Come right on me." You know? And I feel like Taylor Swift's like more explicit themes are like, you know, like our clothes were at the foot of the bed type shit, where it's like, okay, yeah, like they getting freaky, but like the freak dial is at a minimum here. Hey, yo, I need to listen to Sabrina, dude. It's the pop music's fire. Her album's great. Sabrina would be burned at the stake. It's true. Taylor is Mormon friendly. But I also think just a comparison of catalog is like, you can go through Taylor Swift's music and it is much easier to find a Taylor Swift song with like minimal sexual terminology and themes, or adult themes in general, than like a Sabrina Carpenter song. Sabrina isn't going to the celestial kingdom or whatever they believe. I mean, okay. Yes, but Mormons, okay, Mormonism. Chat, let me talk about religion real quick. No, Mormonism is so crazy because, I mean, for a million reasons, don't get me wrong. But I don't know if most people know this. In Mormonism, women cannot get to the last like 3 or 4 layers of heaven. Like the Mormon heaven system is, it's like tiered. It's like a tier list. And like the best top 3 tiers are dudes only. No girls allowed. Like off rip, by believing in this, you're already saying like, yeah, I'm hard capped. I'm hard stuck plat. I'm hard stuck plat. Oh wait, they can rank pull you? Hold on. You can get pulled into plat lobbies, or you can get pulled into diamond lobbies if you're married. Let's go. So you just have to run duos. S tier Mormon heaven is where I'm trying to be. Only dudes watching football and praying with Joseph Smith, or whatever the fuck that guy's name was. And it's only dudes. Did I mention there's a lot of dudes there? Dude, yeah. Heaven maxing so you intentionally end up in layer 4 with just a bunch of women. I think that's just what being a Mormon is, though, because like your life's like that before you die. Because that's just like allowed. Although, I will say, I don't think it's Mormonism technically, but it carries principles of Mormonism, at least in the multiple partners situation department. Has anyone here seen the Netflix documentary for Waco? Very interesting. If you haven't seen it, it's actually really well done. But that, I think, has one of the funniest scenes and lines in like television history that sneaks very under the radar and was one of the craziest things I watched. Not the Netflix one, but Waco was crazy. Waco was crazy. For the unknown, Waco was this religious compound in Texas that took up arms and tried to fight off the US government, but they were like, you know, trading weapons and had like underage marriage and were holding people hostage. So, and then the US government bulldozed it with a tank and blew it up and killed a bunch of people. You know, choose your fighter type of situation. Bunch of hyper religious, like armed group, or like the ATF, you know, not really like a clear winner. I've watched something about it, but not the documentary. Big inspiration. Whenever I was hanging out with all my friends, I was saying when rent got expensive, I just kept saying, guys, the Waco compound foundation is probably still in the ground. The foundation of that building probably still exists. We could rebuild. That shit was like a 35 bed, 16 and a half bath. Like, rent's cheap, and it's Texas. Rent's cheap. But I think in one of the first 2 episodes of the Waco documentary, which again, it's, I guess, is it more of a reenactment than like a documentary? Like, it follows a characterized version of somebody's life on the inside. Yeah, it's just a streamer house. Yeah, that was just the Envy house from 2020. It was that big mansion in LA. Chip and Joanne would have had a field day. If that shit, which every time I think of HGTV, I just think of the DMV because that shit is always on. HGTV is always on in the urgent care I would go to, and the DMV. 2 places I ever see it. Also, apologies for the ad break if you're getting ads. Magnolia operates out of Texas. They gotta flip it. Exactly. But basically, in one of the first 2 episodes of this series, you're introduced to the main guy, who I believe his real name was David Koresh, which with big glasses and when my hair's grown out, I bear an unfortunate similarity to. If I had the 80s aviators, and when my hair gets long, it's a little closer for comfort than I would like. Hence why I don't really grow out my hair as much anymore. But David Koresh was the religious leader. He claimed he had been sent as like a prophet from God, and that he knew when the world was going to end and they needed to like build this community so they all be saved. You know, your standard religion stuff. But somehow in all of that monologue that's like the end of the world and God's going to save us, it was like something, I need to be the only person who has wives. Like, that's snuck in somewhere in the midst of all the other religious things. They're like, oh, so yeah, I'm the only person that can marry or have wives, and everybody needs to bear my children specifically because I'm the next coming of Jesus. Pun intended in the one of those words. I'll let you figure out which one. Slide into Elon's DMs, dude. That also, I'm gonna get too sidetracked here. God. Dude. Yep. But yeah, so basically destroy him from the inside. We call that the Ant-Man strategy. Real ones remember. That's a crazy, insane callback joke if anyone gets that one. I hope you get a chuckle out of it. If not, we'll just move on. Crazy Paul. Crazy Paul. But in all of this, again, David Koresh explains that he's the only one that can have a wife, to the point where I think he had like 8 or 9 wives. And like, these are women that were married when they entered the Waco compound and then stopped seeing their husbands to be the wife of David Koresh and bear his children. The youngest of which I believe was like 14. So womp womp. But again, all that I'm getting to talk about a funny movie scene is that don't say he low-key just like me. Oh, caught. Oh wait, he isn't. No. I didn't mean it. I take it back. He just like me hunted emoji, and it's just like no. But in that chat, one of the first scenes is David Koresh is in a bedroom of the 36 bedroom house that was Waco, and for the love of God, thankfully, was with a adult woman. But in this documentary, they're getting freaky with it. And at one point, it's like a 30-second scene, and they're getting freaky, and then David Koresh just stops and rolls out of the bed and like gets up and walks away. And the woman's like, oh, like what's wrong? Is something wrong? And bro literally just looks to camera and goes, I had to stop. I was starting to enjoy it. And then walks out of frame. And then later on explains that he can't take pleasure from this because it's against God's will. And against him only getting freaky for the sake of bearing children. But like, that was just that mid stroke just stops and goes, I was starting to enjoy it. The fuck was everything up to that point? Huh? Relatable. Don't say relatable, man. Don't fucking say relatable. Wait until I tell you that closeted Mormons call it same-sex attraction. Damn. Yeah, it's just... That was, it was wild. The TLC show is fire. We're getting down the rabbit hole now, huh? Hold on, I'm cooking. Okay, cool. We're on the same page. Dude, how do I slide off there? I didn't go all the way back, that's why, but I know the answer. But again, one small mistake. And we'll spend the next hour of stream here talking about David Koresh's stroke game. So we got to get going up. I'm not gay, but dudes really turn me on. Janky, do you mind if I pin that for our pinned chat for 20 minutes? Do you mind if I make that our pinned chat? Be my guest. That's just such a funny Twitch chat. Oh my goodness. That is funny as hell. Like, guys, I have a wife, but I just find my friends really hot. It is funny seeing those, like, those shows are like, oh no. My guy friends are just super hot, though. It's like, all right, buddy, easy there. But no, you're not, of course you're not gay. Of course you're not gay. How could you be? You have a wife. Yeah, it's wild, man. Can't I call my homies good looking anymore? There's a difference. There's a difference. Which also, I think, you know, kind of meme or not, we've made it a long way. In terms of like complimenting your male friends and being much more comfortable in that sense. Like, I think the difference between how guys talk to each other in 2016 versus now is just like worlds of difference. Life of a straight man is hard, bro. Y'all wouldn't get it. I know, Chaz. The life of a straight white dude. Y'all can't, y'all just can't fucking relate, man. Y'all don't get me. Life of a straight white dude who wants to start a podcast. I got unique perspective to share with the world, chat. I got unique perspective this world needs to hear. Okay? But I do think, again, whether it kind of started as a meme or not, I do think it's been a very healthy progression of how men talk to each other. Like potentially to a point of, I don't want to say overcompensation, but it has gotten a little crazy where it's like joking like, oh, like my friends are good looking, like, you know, good for them. And then it's just like, my boy's ass is calling me. You're like, All right. I'm not sure if this is a meme anymore or not. We're towing a line here and it's getting weird. I don't know whether to be like, oh, thanks, man. Or like, do we need to have a conversation about something, you know? Speak, white boy. Speak. Calling me like a dog. Also, big fart. Yeah, which I think it's gotten away a little bit from like the point of just being supportive and like normalizing a culture of men being able to compliment each other without being like, dude, that's so gay. Yeah. How's the jumping going? Bad. We're being honest. No, I got no babes. And I fell really far down after failing a couple jumps. So we're like stuck where I've probably spent now the most time in this game. We've done more falling than jumping. What's new? True. Looking good today, T40. I've also seen recently on TikTok this trend where girls will record their boyfriend calling his male friends to say goodnight and getting their reactions, which has been very funny to watch. By the end of this conversation, it may not be a babe we're looking for. There's gonna be, is there gay Jump King? A really hunky hot dude at the top. Or for straight women. Could go either way. Gay Jump King. There's a fucking hot dude at the top. I don't know why it became like a Boston accent. Crazy DLC. Yeah, there we go. There we fucking go. Sorry. Yep. Come on, dude. How do I bonk? Over I go. Oh, really thought that was over. Nice. Trying way too hard on this second jump. All right. Let me start our climb back up. But it's like, I have to go through all that just to get to another jump that I fail a lot. Again, this is, I think, now where I've spent most time this game has been in the icy / snowy area. More so the ice than the snow, I think. Let's see. Jump Queen DLC? That would actually be pretty good. One of my favorite TikTok trends is girls calling their boyfriends short kings and them getting so offended. Don't call me short king, call me Jump King. And then we'll cut to the part of the video where I pop off and I'm like doing really well. We have spent an unfortunate amount of time, screen time with the gnome. And like, I look forward knowing that there's a day where I won't have to stare at the gnome anymore, you know? Nanthers tries to goad me with these kind of trends, but they don't work on me. I do no such thing. Fake news. Somebody drop the community note. Somebody drop the community note. You have the chance to do the funniest thing ever right now. You gotta jump to get on our eye level. Can I just skip that cage altogether? Nanthers does no such thing. Have you ever played Bread and Fred? It's like this, but you're a penguin with a rock. I have not, Logan. I have not. Also, what's up, dude? How you doing? If there's enough years of my life left, by the time I beat this game, I'll consider it, but I'm just focused on getting to the babe at the top right now, man. And it's brutal, and it's going poorly. And I'm further back than where I started the stream, or started playing this stream an hour ago. The crazy part is, chat, I don't know that I've ever played a game where time goes by so fast without me knowing it. Babe at the top, what are you, a power bottom? That's crazy. That's pretty good, man. It's a pretty good one. Also weird, particularly like in line with the way the conversation has trended the last fucking 30 minutes. Don't laugh, James. We just need answers. And there I go. Yep. Here I fucking go, dude. Lock in, chat. Every time I say lock in, I'm not kidding. Anytime I say lock in or put on good music to like get hyped to in this game, I truly start falling down way more than I normally do. It's unreal. Okay. Back corner. Tap jump. Go back. Get to the front. Tap jump. Middle. Tap jump. A little bit more than tap jump. Fuck me, dude. It's that last jump I need to nail down there. Okay. Drop kick the gnome, chat. Drop kick the gnome. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know the drill. Drop kick the gnome. Every time we see him, every time we fall back to the gnome, you have to say drop kick the gnome. Fuck. I'm slipping and goddamn sliding all over the place. I need some spikes on these boots or something. I need to be the dude from SpongeBob. You know that SpongeBob episode with the dude with the sharp boots and SpongeBob steps in his fucking eyeballs? Which is insane that that happens in general, but like, y'all know what I'm talking about? Dude, oh my god. I thought you could jump that. I had that one on DVD. Unk. I'm tired of typing dropkick the gnome. It happens too frequently. All right, Janky, what are we listening to? What are we listening to? I think this is the first time somebody who's not PAX has used the song request redeem. So I'm pretty stoked here. All right. What do we got? Mute the game. Can I say this? Chat, is it chill if I say the name of this song? Is it chill or nah? Can I say that? I don't think if I get the pass, it makes it chill type of thing, you know? I wanted to see the video. I don't want to get taken down. I also need to keep jumping. This is awesome. Oh, so far, dude. That's what I mean. I try to lock in and I just end up fucking it so much worse. There I go. I fear I threw off your groove. The thing is, it was worth. This song bangs. It's worth the banger. It's worth the banger. I thought I had it for a second. I was so fucking close, dude. And then all, just like that, it was the whole song to get back to the beginning. Let's go. Dude. This game without the sound is just so much more depressing. It's like the edits where it's basketball, but you can only hear the shoes squeaking. That's how I feel right now. All right, that also just really made me want to listen to again, if I don't lock in during this, it's just embarrassing, but I listened to this in the shower this morning to get lit before a work meeting. That was how I locked in earlier today, chat. You gotta play the Summoning Salt song. That's true. When I get to the top. Fuck my Chungus life, chat. My goddamn Chungus jumping life. For you, come through. So when you come through, it's true, it's true. Crazy part is I could just load the save and we would be We'd be back to where we started. But where's the fun in that, chat? Where's the fun in that? Actually, I'm having fun. I don't know why I'm making it like I'm not. I'm gonna go lie in bed and potentially nap. Enjoy the potential nap. Dude, how do I... No. So we got the Charlie vibes going. Dude. Like I said, chat, every time I try to lock in, I just fuck it up worse, but the vibes, the music vibes are so much better, though. I know what I need to do. Done this before. Okay, come on. Come on. Lock in. Lock in. And then this is the thing too, is like, I'm probably going to end stream in like 30-ish minutes. It's like, now it's probably just a battle to get back to where I started jumping from this stream. And we don't even get to take on the really difficult jump that I wanted to like tackle. But it feels so cheap to like use my save point though, you know? Doesn't feel like it's in the spirit of the game. I've never had a game where I feel like so torn on the concept of like resetting to try something over again. I've done it in Pokemon. I used to use that in Forza. When I would play Forza, which is like a car racing game, you could rewind time in a car to redo a turn that you messed up. And I would do that. Meanwhile, Jump King, the $4.50 2D platformer rage bait game, that's where I draw the line and I stand on my morals. For some unknown reason. I don't know how or why, and then I go, yep, in between. The classic bonk in between those two is, it's a good one. I just want to be out. Like, I haven't even gotten to the hardest jump in the ice world, or one of the hardest jumps. I've only gotten back to the cages, what, twice? One of them was on the way down. which I think is like the hardest sequence of jumps. Because after that, there's like some sketchy jumps, but it's not too bad. That's fucking wild. I'm sorry. Then I have to do this. I have to bonk off there, then do short hop, then back this way. But all right. I'm sorry, chat. I feel like when I play this game, like, I kind of feel the way I felt last stream where I just feel bad. Like, I feel bad for the chat room when I do this. And I literally just fucking fail the whole time, lose height, and end stream where we started or worse off. We're very potentially looking at the first stream where I technically will end further down than I started the stream. And I just feel like bad. Like, I hope this is in some way entertaining. I also think I lock in and I don't flow conversation the same way that I normally do when I'm like playing other games. So you got questions, chat? If you got shit you want to talk about, let me know. I just feel like it sucks too much of my brain power. But yo, what up, Deshi? What's up, goat? How did the birthday treat you, Deshi? I hope it treated you well after getting up at 4 a.m. You were just getting an early start. You know, they say you can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning. Something I learned in college. That's what I use my degree for. It's about all the good a business degree can do you right about now. Going good outside of my sleep schedule being bad, that is brutal. I've been trying to fix mine recently. It's not great, but we're getting there. We're trying. I've been saying this. Dude, but like, I swear if I go a fucking inch more, I go sliding off the other side. Okay. Saved. Saved. Fucked. No, dude, just let me be up there, please. Please. I'm begging you, please. I'm asking nicely. Then Yep. Dude, like, how... Don't make that a wall jump if you just launch over it. Sleep schedule is in bed at 10 p.m. then wake up every hour, pretty much like I'm on psych watch. That is brutal though. Like, I'd almost prefer nights where I just lay in bed and can't fall asleep, because usually if I do that, I will eventually just be like, all right, I need to get up and do something, which honestly can kind of help. I remember hearing this as a tip for falling asleep if you had, because for a while I struggled with like pretty bad insomnia, which I guess I'm one, self-diagnosing, and two, like claiming valor, because there was probably a year stretch of my life where like twice a week I would have nights where I would lay in bed and probably be in bed for about 4 to 5 hours before I'd fall asleep, and then sleep for like 3 hours that night and then wake up. I don't know how or why. I remember the night it started, and I don't remember when it went away. I got very lucky that it kind of just went away. But what I did learn in like looking a lot of stuff up for that is sometimes if you're having a really hard time falling asleep and it's been like, you know, hours, sometimes just like getting up, going and getting a glass of water, or even like reading a book or doing work for like 20 minutes can kind of tire you out or reset your brain into like, all right, let's try starting my sleeping routine all over again, rather than just like laying in bed, which clearly isn't working. So feel free to try that out. Again, it sounds very counterintuitive because it's the classic, like, well, I'm doing something that's going to inherently keep me awake. But I think what the logic was, it kind of just restarts your brain's thinking on like, all right, I'm doing the stuff that I do before I go to bed. So when you get back into bed, it's kind of getting that routine started all over again. Hope y'all are also doing well. Besides James, I can tell is in the thick of it. Dude, I'm down bad in the thick of it in this though. It's mostly I believe my current bed is way too far gone. Legit aiming to buy a new one this week. That could also be it. Like new bed or flipping your mattress if you haven't flipped your mattress in a long time. I got so lucky that the bed here, I just sleep really well in. Like, I haven't been giving myself enough time to sleep a proper 8 hours, which I need to get back to. But when I do actually sleep, it's been really good. Although I have been getting the, like, I need to go on my phone before bed brainworms, which is why, again, I dumb phoned my phone, or I can put it into dumb phone mode. So I'm going to hopefully do this before I go to bed and make it a rule where I can't use it in smartphone mode in bed. Crazy how much better I sleep. My sleep got when I replaced my shitty box mattress a year ago. I also just got very lucky that I got one of those like mattresses that you just ship to your house. It was like a couple $100. It's what I had all through college, and that also just I slept very comfortably on that. But it sucks that mattresses are so expensive. But I know it's kind of a classic saying, like, you spend a third of your life sleeping, get a bed that's gonna work for you. Like, it is sound advice. I know so many people who are like, you know, sleeping on like a hand-me-down mattress, or it was in the apartment when they like moved in type shit, which also kind of yucky, but you know, we're all broke college kids. What the hell else are we gonna do? Okay. Okay. Full hop. Rejoice, chat. Rejoice, we've made it. Which is crazy. Hold on. All right, chat. Welcome back to the start of Jump King. This is the beginning of the Jump King section of the stream. This is where we started the stream. This like flow in this verse is crazy. I know it's like a big TikTok thing now, but that like sped up. Yeah, like, yeah. 3 more hours. Hell yeah. No, I do have a few things I got to get done today, and I got Run Club, but we are going to keep going because we spent more time this stream down in the ice world than up here, which is sad because I've just continued to get more and more reps down there than I have got up here, which is like new jumps that I'm less comfortable with. Clearly, I'm not very comfortable with the jumps down there either, but what was I going to say? Deshi, I was reading your message. Hold on. At the moment, I'm aiming for a new bed, desk, and 2 pairs of shoes, one for running, one another on my feet type. That's where I'm at. I need 2 new pairs of shoes. I need new, what I've said are my daily drivers, because my high top Converse are just like, they almost don't have a heel left on them. And those are my daily drivers. And then my running shoes now have like 450 miles on them. So those also should be getting replaced for my leg health. But like, I think I'm just going to get a pair of really basic New Balances for my daily drivers. Which I've had those Converse since... I picked them because I went to this like outdoor mall with one of my friends. We did like our back to school college shopping together. After my first year, I believe. Because that was after my slip-on white Vans phase, which I stand by. Probably some of my favorite shoes I ever owned were my slip-on white Vans. Fucking love those shoes. But these are probably my daily drivers for like 3-ish years. So, but it's like running shoes are, I don't know, $150. And then like even a normal pair of shoes is like $100 plus. So I'm not stoked on that. But dude, why do I keep walking off that? This is the problem with after the ice world. Every time I land, I will make these micro adjustments, which I literally did it again. I did it again right there, where I need to make my jump and then like hands off. Okay. Head? Sorry. I just read that out of... I fucking hate this game, man. The clip on that's gonna be crazy, but come on, man. Come on, man. Pause. Yeah, the ice world lives in my head rent free. It really lives in my head rent free. And over I go again. Like all the recoveries here are super easy too, which is nice, but like okay, chat. This is officially the furthest. I'm going to keep going, but that's the furthest I've made it. I just wanted to save up there. Legend has it there's a smoking hot babe at the top. And up the mountain, James climbed once more. For this was truly the run. Deshi, can I get a voiceover line of that sent? So if I make this into a video, this can be the transition to where I pop off and win like a Giga Chad. Honestly, that's not even that punished. I'll take it. Will do, boss. That jump, not even that punished. The crazy part is you'll notice if I land that, I just have to do it again. Or I can get to that ledge with the bird on it because I need the bird, I think, for some unknown lore. I got the bird, and I got a very small glimpse of what was up ahead. At the cost of fucking that jump up, and then... Oh, why'd I go for the bird? Why'd I go for the stupid fucking bird, dude? Why'd I go for the bird? That was so dumb of me. That was so fucking stupid. I'm a stupid fucking idiot, dude. Chat, what if my PC mysteriously turned off and the last save point we had was up top? What a crazy world that would be, right? Huh? That'd be so fucking... Oh my god, that'd be so crazy if that happened. But yeah, now it's just like... No, I don't know. This part where it's like, I'm just doing this jump. We've been at this jump for literal hours. Probably total. Like... there's that part of me just feels like it's not good content, and I worry about that. Bro's about to eat his motherboard. I'm thinking about it. It's like, again, if we just get back up there, it's not the end of the world, but it's... There's just so little room for error in a lot of this. Like, there's like 4 jumps here in a row that are pretty unpunished. And then all that leads up to is 2 or 3 jumps in a row that are severely punished. How we doing? Well, the crazy part is we got up to the top. I actually got further than I've ever been and then immediately jumped for a bird, got shot back down, and here we are. Then I messed up several jumps in a row. So I don't, every time I've gone for the bird, I think it's only gone poorly, but there's some innate part of me that like feels like I need the bird. And also when we were doing this before, I think it was the last stream, maybe 2 streams ago when we got to the castle, that fall off the right side, I feel like was way less punished before, but now I'm suddenly like always hitting the little ice ledge, which is leading me to fall way the hell back down. Whereas before, if I miss the ice ledge, the angled part, I just end up on a platform where I have to make 1 jump to get back to where I was. Meanwhile, here I have to land here and then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 jumps back up, assuming I do them all perfectly. Which, as you can see from many times, that I don't typically do that. Dude, I always overjump that, but it's not just a short hop though. It's not, because like, that doesn't give me the height I need, I don't think, because it's a little bit above. Dude, maybe that's the hot babe. If we get to the top and it's like, oh, the bird was actually the hot babe. But I don't know. Maybe we'll find some deeper meaning for the bird. A sign that we're making progress, a sign that we're going the right way. It's certainly not like a checkpoint system, I can tell you that. Would be nice if it was. Imagine, oh, the bird picks you back up when you fall down and you fly back up and it's fine. No, nope, nope, nope. The bird only ever punished. Only ever fucking punished, dude. Maybe that numb is the babe. If that numbs the babe, I promise you, chat, I will punch a hole so clean through this monitor that this shit will be put up in the Louvre. On God, on everything. Bet. T40, have you played this game before? I don't want you to be like, you know, that's actually the plot twist at the end. And then I have not. Okay, bet. Okay. Dude, this guy's gotta have so many fucking concussions. There can't be much gray matter left in that brain. That shit is smooth as hell in there. No wrinkles. No folds. Just dense, dense mush. Got quads like Saquon Barkley, though. Dude, I didn't... I just needed to see the ice levels. The ice levels, you have to be spamming the keys back and forth. But on the non-ice levels, I start spamming the keys and then it messes me up. So I stop spamming the keys and then I don't spam the keys when I need to spam the keys. Yeah, bro's got the same level of CTE as Rob Gronkowski right now. It's crazy. Like, how is that a jump? This is a jump I've made probably in the tens, close to hundreds of times. Actually, many of these probably are now, but... Like, how am I still messing this up all this time later? Deshi will catch you. Enjoy the lurk. We'll see you later, gamer. Thanks for hanging out. A classic wet owl wide. It's been a long time. I might just make the wet owl a channel emote. And then that way we can have some BTTV space back. Because it's been a while since we were in our wet owl era. What's up, Milk Crate? Just been watching for a bit, want to say hi and thought you're doing really good. I appreciate it. I'm trying to keep my momentum up here. Then I realized my phone was upside down. Okay, so we're saying hurtful things in the chat. Okay, that's cool. No, we'll say mean things in the chat. Oh, what's up, Milk Crate? I do hope you're doing well. That is... Does that shit just like crush in every Jump King chat? Like in any stream you go into, does that joke just crush? Because that was pretty good. I'll give you that. Your timing was very good on that. The timing on that delivery was very well done. You have a very kind face. I'm gonna get some opposite day shit pulled on me right here, aren't I? And voice, well, thank you. Okay. Back corner, short hop. Front corner, short hop. Middle, short hop. I just gotta take 1 second for a setup. I literally have to take 1 second to set up the jump and I rush it. Because that was the easy. After that, we had far easier jumps. I nailed the jump that I messed up the last 2 times I was there. And then I mess up what is literally a free jump because it's a guaranteed just full hop always works there. That's true. That's pretty true. It's fair. The one thing I can't do there, and that's overjump it. Over. No. Saved. Not saved. Really not saved. Holy shit. Like, again, easy ass jumps. Dude! And now I'm back to the fucking beginning. Holy shit. I'm throwing. I'm actually throwing. I'm actually throwing so fucking hard, dude. Oh my god. That's really frustrating. Synth was putting back to the lab every time I took a big fall, and I felt like that was very fitting of... It's very similar vibes. I don't know if there's a Jump King equivalent to Back to the Lab for BTTV emotes, but if there is, it feels very Back to the Lab. It's just that same like energy, that same sense of defeat. But I don't know, it's just like the... There's kind of the two variables of like, outside of jumping in direction, there's where you start your jump is like the other thing that, and like setup. It's like getting my timing down from specifically trying to start at roughly the same part of the jump every time type of thing. All right, chat. We are 4 hours into stream because time actually fucking disappears in a black hole when I stream this. So like, again, that's where I could just pay attention and save that jump and instead fly over. I think if we get back up to the castle, we'll just get back to like that shared, I guess it won't even be my PB anymore, but so I did technically make one jump after it. Over. No. Short, dude. Short. Again, 2 steps to the edge and that jump goes. If we can just get back up there, I'll probably call stream there. I got to get some other shit done. I want to just hang out for a bit of my day. And I could probably just grind away at this like until the end of time. I might do a little research and see. Again, I think it'll only hurt me if I know how far through the game I really am, which is why I've tried to keep it kind of a mystery to myself. Any other world that jump lands and we're literally fine, but it's because it's the Iceland that I think a big part of me not losing my determination is the false hope that we are really close to being done. Pressing that key, man, it's just not fucking working. But I might do a bit of research because I do think a like grand finale final push type stream would be really fun to do, like a marathon stream of just beating jump, like stream doesn't end till I beat Jump King, like maybe this weekend or something, if I could line it up. So in terms of what's ahead of this, I have no idea. The only one that I saw that was ahead was when we had that little bit of a jump after the castle, the False King's Castle, I believe it was called. It looked like a kind of wasteland and also looked like it had just huge fail potential. So that's really scary because I would hope that after all this, I'm rewarded with no prospect of returning to the Iceland for a very long time, but clearly I have an affinity for it. Yeah, so trying to figure out like what worlds are left, how many of them are there, and you know, like I don't want, I know that realistically, even if I get way higher up, falls like that are gonna happen. The problem is if we're way higher up, the falls like that will set us to parts that we haven't spent 7 of the 9 hours I've played this game at, you know? Like we'll at least fall past something new. I believe we got this far we got to the snow world in the first stream, and I've streamed it 2 other times. This will be the 3rd other time since that stream. But if there's like 2 worlds left after the King's Castle or something, like that's where I'd feel comfortable doing a marathon stream and probably like hard cap it at 24 to 36 hours or something, because I do want to have a weekend and sleep and a million other things. But like I would be so happy to get to another place where we just can't fall back to the snow world. There is, like I mentioned this earlier, the snow path is actually a deviation of where we were at before. And again, there might be an icy part of the world or part of the map that I just don't know about, but there is like a second way that I could go. This was kind of like a hidden way that I found. Just kind of stumbled upon it. And I've been so mad at this that I've considered just actually going even further back and trying to go a different way. But that was part of a video that I did see, and it looked harder. And as annoying as the ice world is, and as much as I fucking hate it and hope I never have to come back here literally ever again in the history of my life, I can't fall back to the very beginning of the game, and there's a certain beauty to that. Which is probably better for me if I don't end on like a really tough jump. That's gonna be the first thing I do when I boot up the game next time, but it's actually just like asking me to get down horrific. But if I want to have an afternoon, get past it now. If I want to have an afternoon, it's already almost 3 p.m. Like,